do? Howdy do, Jennifer. And why, this must be Miss Pruitt that you have with you, ma'am. Howdy do, ma'am. Howdy do. I's heard so much about you. We want you to know, ma'am, Miss Hawkins and myself, that we's 100 sit behind you.
Thank you. I have God with me, and He is for me. What does it matter who is against me?
Prude, I'll see that my husband votes against her.
Now, sorry, I can't see that. You telling her you behind her and then saying this. You's is my friend, so much as I name little Sorry after you. But I don't like people speaking out of both sides of the mouth. She seems nice to me. I'd have to think about it a lot for when I raise my mouth to my husband. I got to get on in the house and get on with supper.
I'm sorry, Fanny. I gotta go too. Lord, help me with my tongue.
I just love this place, this school, this land, and really the people. I do hope things work out so that I can stay, and I love working with you. I would also like to stay long enough to teach Mrs. Hawkins and Mrs. O'Neill further in reading and arithmetic. I think Sarah O'Neill can write and read some, but Mrs. Hawkins can only write her name and a few other basics, and she reads very little, if at all.
They both are basically good people. If Fanny says or does anything, we should just try to overlook it, as she's not at all responsible. She's still young. Poor thing, she's just married so young, much too young.
Sarah means well, too. She just talks too much.
True. I'm sure when it's all said and done, there's nothing neither of them wouldn't do if you were in need. They both are very big-hearted.
They are very important to God and as individuals. Let's not talk about what they do or don't do. Let's just continue to teach them the right way by being an example. As you already know, being a good example is the best teacher.
We do think that you're a fine teacher, and one of the best examples is someone that possesses a Christ-like spirit. And if God is the miracle worker that Mom and you have stated He is, we believe He'll make a way for you to stay around here.
Well, people like Fanny, and she is seemingly such an innocent person, let's pray that God will move some way on her heart and she will persuade her husband to influence the other men to vote me back in.
If enough people have the Spirit of Christ pushing them, they can overcome the spirit of opposition.
Perhaps so, but let's not worry about it anymore. If enough of us have the Spirit of Christ, we shall overcome the few spirits like Judas when Judas failed our blessed Lord. We know that Judas was not always bad, and perhaps the good can be brought out of these people that are wrong about me. I too feel we shall overcome the few spirits of opposition, and God Himself shall move in my behalf. God is on our side. He shall move for His glory.
The sins of the evil will find them out, while the works of the righteous shall manifest themselves. And now, 2 months from this time, we can all have a real Christmas. Your staying will be a sweet gesture from the town council and a great gift to us all.
I can't sleep. Why can't I sleep? I sure wish I knowed Miss Pruitt was an innocent, good person of upright character, or if these stories are just stories or lies.
Dearest, you must come back to bed. You surely see enough of this old tub and board than to come here at night to do more washing.
Honey, I ain't washing none. I's a thanking. You reckon Miss Pruitt is not what these people are saying she is? The children love her so much.
Now, dearest, you know what the majority of the men think. I must say, though, my vote will determine the decision, as it is a tie without me. Unless a miracle takes place to change my mind, I may very well vote to dismiss her. We have our children to think about. So many of them just do not understand. I, too, think she seems nice enough, but the odds seem against her quite a bit.
Well, if God were to show you different or to show me, would you change your mind?
My mind is open to anything God would show me, and especially you, for I know you are innocent and think no evil. I've had a hard day ahead of me, dearest, so I must go back to bed. Please try to come in shortly.
Hello. Why, you scared me.
Be not afraid. Your name is Fanny Hawkins. You are confused about a matter concerning Miss Pruitt, the righteous teacher. Do not listen to what others say. Why, she is an upright young woman and a child of God. You go to bed and worry no more. Tonight you shall have a dream that shall show you what can happen to people who have a few good qualities but allow the love of money and pride of life to cause them to lose everything, including their most valuable possessions, their souls. You will also learn that just as the wages of sin brings death, terrible deaths, righteous living brings rewards, abundant life in this world to come, life everlasting without a fear of the enemy, death itself. Fanny, you must talk to your husband so that he shall vote for Miss Pruitt to remain in her teaching position where God has placed her. She is innocent of any charges brought against her. Now you go to bed, and you shall see the deeds of those that possess satanic spirits, and the fruits of those that possess righteous, Christ-like spirits. Then you must decide what is the right thing for you to do. Good night.
Lord bless your precious name. I must have saw an angel. Ned, honey, I just had the good Lord talk to me.
This second drama, also written and directed by Jessee-King, portrays Fanny's dream. The time period is during the 1st century, from about 4 BC to AD 50 or slightly later, as well as the latter 19th century. Moments in the lives and deaths of several biblical characters are depicted. Wicked characters include Herod, his wife Herodias, and her daughter Salome, and others, along with persons from the latter 19th century. The righteous characters include Simeon, a prophet, the elderly Anna, a prophetess, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Stephen, the first Christian martyr, and of course, Jesus Christ, the divine Son of God, pre-existent with Jehovah God, the Father, and who was incarnated as a human being for approximately 33½ years. Other characters are also included. Parental guidance is requested for younger children, perhaps even some youth, because of the nature of a couple of the scenes.
Why would you want to hurt me, you evil brats?
Look who the pot is calling the kettle black.
Why, I am a queen.
I know who you are. You are the mean old woman who years ago left your husband Philip to marry the wicked old Herod.
Have you no shame, young lady? And dare you to speak in such a manner to a queen such as I?
You are a has-been. Oh, I know you have been a beauty, but that fades, and now you're a wrinkled old woman.
You know nothing about me. You're only a child. If my husband was still living, child or no child, he'd have you beheaded. Besides, I am not wrinkled. Most people say I am still beautiful for my age.
You would behead us, you say, like you did the great prophet John the Baptist many years ago?
Someone has filled your young heads with nonsense. John the Baptist deserved what he got. I would do it again if I could. He made my life miserable, but I took care of that in a jiffy.
Our parents have handed down the story. You evil woman are hated by many of the rich and poor alike. Some adults may not have the guts to tell you, but we do. The wickedness has reached to us who are but youths, and queen or no queen, you deserve to be stoned.
You are a disgrace to womankind, and I ought to spit in your face.
As Deborah the prophetess and judge of old was remembered for her stand with Barak against the enemy, we shall be remembered by the righteousness everywhere for our action against the she-devil.
Long live Jehovah God, down with traitors.
Help! Help, guard! Somebody help! I am Herodias!
Woman, who are you? Are you all right?
I am a former Queen Herodias. Away with those brats! Have them arrested and killed at once!
Where is your royal escort?
I was too stubborn to allow my guards to come with me. I did not think I needed them. After all, I am a former Queen Herodias.
Your persecutors are gone.
Please, Lee, soldier. I am all right now. My darling daughter, my beautiful darling daughter, you can never guess what just happened to me.
My mother, you are sobbing. I have never seen you cry. Are you all right? What are you talking about? This is not like you to become emotional, and you never but never cry.
It was just awful, simply unthinkable. How could this have happened to one such as I?
What, Mother? What are you hysterical about? What was that common soldier with you? Where was your royal escort?
I wanted to go out on my own. They tried to prevent me from doing so, but no, stubborn me had to have my way. But why would anyone want to hurt me?
Oh, Mother, I know not what is going on. I do not understand. You are a former queen, but there are wicked people still around. Maybe they are jealous of our royalty.
Dear Harry and I suffered enough while we were in exile, and I've been reinstated for such a short time, and now to have to endure this terrible ordeal. Oh, if only Herod, my beloved Herod, were alive. If only he were here. He would take care of such monsters, youth or no youth.
Yes, you could just snap your fingers and stepfather would take note.
He would, wouldn't he? But not really, precious one. You he really loved too and would try to please. You were the apple of his eye. I'd say he loved you just as much as if you had been his own daughter.
He liked my name. It means perfect one. But I'm far from perfect, Mother. But, Mother, back to you. You are getting older and need continuous protection such as is provided for you. And you have all those beautiful memories. And I do too. I also have gotten older and understand more now. You know, sometimes I wonder if everything we did was the right thing to do. Sometimes I have bad dreams.
What, my precious? You know we enjoyed life and fared sumptuously every day.
Yes, but still I wonder. At times I do have a conscience about a request you had me to make years ago.
Alas, daughter, Not you two. That's what those children were wanting to stone me about. That was a long time ago and should not be pondered anymore. I look back at the incident with pleasure. Who gave that prophet right to condemn Herods in my lifestyle?
I don't know, Mother. Sometimes I just wonder.
Ah, at last, I am in the safety of my own home. I still am in shock at what happened today. I have not had such unhappiness since my dealings with that dead seer, John the Baptist. Oh, well, I've been so fortunate to have everything so wonderful most of my life. I must not let today spoil that. I must go to bed, then tomorrow eat, drink, and be merry.
Foolish woman, your soul is required of you this very night.
What in the world? Who are you?
I am the Grim Reaper, and you have an appointment that everyone has to keep at some time or another. Now it is your time.
What do you mean? If there is a hereafter, I'm sure one such as I would go to paradise.
Not a chance, evil woman, and there is a hereafter, and you're going to it. You will be with your husband Herod.
Good. Then my beloved and I shall be together.
Believe me, woman, where he is, he's certainly not enjoying it, and he doesn't want you to join him. But you have lived such a wicked life, just as he has, so that you shall indeed join him.
Guard! Guard! Someone help me!
There is none to hear you. You are dying, and no one hears.
But I have a wonderful life here. I am not ready to die. You can't do this to me.
Life is not yours to give or keep, and the way you have spent your life guarantees you a one-way trip to darkness and everlasting punishment. You had the disciples and even Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the Messiah, to show you a righteous way, but you chose otherwise, as did Herod, your husband.
Oh my. We didn't realize Jesus was the Messiah. Herod felt he was a prophet, maybe even John the Baptist, risen from the dead.
Before I, the angel of darkness and everyone's enemy, escort you to the abyss, we will go back in time for a few moments. This deed alone warrants you to eternal punishment, to a literal hell.
Salome, dearest, Salome, perfect one, you know how I feel about you. You're the sweetest daughter a man could have.
Sometimes I wonder if you may not care about me more than in a fatherly way. Mother would be sore displeased if it were so.
What one doesn't know doesn't matter. This will be mine, your little secret. Oh, I do adore Herodias. You know I must, or I would not have taken her from my brother Philip.
And Mother is most happy with you, Daddy dear. But you know, one man is kind of making her life miserable. Other than that, she has a perfect life.
Oh, you must be referring to John the Baptist. I am intrigued by him. Many think him to be a prophet. Why, at times I too slip away to hear him before and especially after I had him arrested. And that was done only to please your mother. It kind of grieves my heart.
Well, Mother will probably not be as happy as she can be until he is completely gone.
Let's not ponder upon that. Now, to change the subject, I want you to dance tomorrow at the feast.
I don't know, Daddy dear. I don't particularly like all those eyes gawking at me, including yours.
Not to worry, dear. You shall be generally rewarded if you please me and my guest. And I am sure you will.
Mother dearest, stepfather has asked me to dance tomorrow at the feast. If I do well, he has indicated that he shall reward me generously.
Really? That's beautiful, precious one.
But I haven't the slightest idea what to ask for, or to what degree.
I know you may think this weird, but I have a request. First, do you truly love me?
You know I do, Mother, more than anything. You have always been here for me.
Then this is what you shall request: the head of John the Baptist in a platter.
Mother, I do not want to do such a thing. Also, I don't think Herod would allow it. He's a little fond of John the Baptist.
More the reason, dearest. But you will have to wait until after you dance and Herod makes his promise before all the men.
No, Mother, I have reservations. Is this right?
If you love me and will do this one thing for me, I'll never again ask anything near this drastic. You do want me happy, don't you?
But, Mother, you have everything you want and need. You have enough to make you happy. What does one old seer mean?
As long as he lives, I shall not be happy. Go ahead. Don't do it if you wish not.
Oh, all right. I'll do it, but I doubt that Herod will grant it.
Salome, my sweet, that was the most beautiful performance I have ever witnessed. Was it not, men?
Yeah.
I shall give you, my dear daughter, whatever you ask, up to one half of the kingdom.
Give me John the Baptist's head in a platter, I pray you.
What? I can't believe you would request such a thing.
Way to go!
I don't believe it.
Man?
Go guard to the prison house and behead John the Baptist. Bring his head in a platter to Salome here.
There, your request has been granted. You live with it. I hope I can.
Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha, you old seer! I got the better hand over you. I prick your tongue with these needles like you pricked my life with your preaching. Ha 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 ha!
So you see, evil one, you will be tormented for eternity, not just physically, but mentally too. You'll remember every evil thing you've done and every opportunity you had to make things right.